This right here is your daily cars routine. So I recommend you do these every morning when you get up or at any point throughout the day just to take your joints to their full range of motion and really improve our mobility. So to start here, we have neck cars. So this is just taking your neck through its full range of motion. Go nice and slow, get out any kinks, make sure you're breathing through each exercise. You're going to do 2 reps each way as we move through all of our joints. Next, we have T-spine or thoracic spine. So this is the upper middle region of your back. We want to make sure we keep our core tight, our hips aren't moving too much, and we're just really rotating our T-spine through its entire range of motion. Next up, we have shoulder cars. So for this one, you're bringing your shoulder up as high as you possibly can. Then you're internally rotating or bringing your thumb in towards your ear and then finishing that range of motion. And then come back up through internal rotation, rotate back to neutral, and then down. We also want to make sure we keep our core nice and tight as we do shoulder cars. We want to really radiate full body tension and really isolate that shoulder joint. Here we have elbow cars or arm cars. So you really want to radiate tension through your forearms here and your biceps as well as your triceps. And they're coming through, rotating at the top and then coming back down. Again, 2 each side. And then here we have wrist cars. This one can be kind of difficult for some people. You want to make sure you keep your forearm nice and flat and our hands pointed out entirely. And then we're taking our wrist through slow and controlled circles. Now moving into the lower body, we have hip cars. So for this one, you're going to bring your hip up into flexion. You're going to abduct or bring it out to the side, and then internally rotate and bring our leg down around through the backside of our body. And then as we go back, instead of flexion, we'll be moving in extension. So we squeeze our glute and hamstring, contract, come back up through internal rotation into flexion, and then finish with our hip back down. We also want to keep our core tight here and really make sure that we are activating all of our hip muscles. Next up, we have knee cars. So for this one, we're going to be rotating our tibia either internally or externally. As you come up, you also want to make sure that you don't bring your leg into being completely straight, as that can sometimes put us at risk of injury. But you also want to make sure you get a nice stretch there behind the knee. And here we have ankle cars. So this is just basically just ankle circles. You're just moving your ankles through their entire range of motion. You might get some cracks and pops here. Again, this is 2 each way for each joint, each exercise that you go through. Again, you should be doing these every morning to really promote the health of our joints. And lastly, we have toe cars here. So your big toe is pressing into the ground, and then all your other toes are pressing in the ground as your big toes lift up. And there's your daily cars routine.